Our first selection sees 11th place Brentford playing host to 4th place Nottingham Forest. And Brentford, they were beaten in their last game against Chelsea. Chelsea were dominant in the first half, so it was perhaps no surprise when Cucurella made the breakthrough just before the half-time interval. A second goal was then added by Nico Jackson in the 80th minute to end the contest, and Mbeumo did pick up a consolation goal, but it was a case of too little too late. 2-1 to Chelsea was the final score. In terms of form, this does mean it's quite mixed for the Bees. 2 wins and 2 losses in their last form is pretty average, and it does see the Bees nestle into a mid-table position as a result. They play a Nottingham Forest side who, despite going down 1-0 thanks to Duran's flicked header, managed to battle back at the end of the game. Milinkovic's header was bundled into the net by Martinez for his first Premier League goal of the season, and that levelled up the scores in the 87th minute. But the game was far from over, as in the 3rd minute of stoppage time, Elliot Anderson won the ball back. Just outside the Aston Villa box, he thrashed the ball across the face for Anthony Elanga to dispatch coolly, giving Nottingham Forest the 2-1 win right at the death. In terms of form, this result did make it back-to-back wins for Nuno's side. 3 wins in their last 4 has also propelled them into 4th place in the division, something which I don't think anyone saw coming this season. In terms of head-to-head record, last time around Brentford came out on top at the G-Tech. It was a back-and-forth kind of game with both sides taking the lead and levelling the scores, but it was Neil Mulpai that popped up with the winner for the Bees in the 68th minute, 3-2 the final score. That result continued a Brentford unbeaten streak over Forest, unbeaten in the last 6 competitive encounters, which is a record dating back to December of 2020. My prediction for today's game is that form is pretty unreliable for both sides, and the head-to-head would have you leaning towards Brentford here. However, Forest are very strong away from home, and it's scaring me off that Brentford position, but I do like the case for goals here. Brentford have seen over 2.5 goals in each of their last 3 matches, and in 9 of their last 10 Premier League games. At home as well, they've seen over 2.5 goals in each of their last 5 and 8 of their last 9 matches at the G-Tech. Whereas Nottingham Forest, they've seen over 2.5 goals in both of their last 2 games and in 7 of their last 8 Premier League games. Away from home, they've seen over 2.5 goals in each of their last 4 and 5 of their last 6 travels. In terms of the head-to-head record, 3 of the last 4 encounters have also seen over 2.5 goals, including both of the last 2 at the G-Tech. Therefore, I'm going to be taking over 2.5 goals for a full stake in bet number 1.